I think growing up, you get a lot of junior coaches which help develop and shape your career. You see them, what they do, they lead by example. So it wasn't so much anybody in particular, it was more just the coaches that I had growing up, like all of them as a collective. I think it's the ability to be able to relate to your athletes, whether they're male, female, whether it's sort of your younger, your older athletes. It's just being able to sort of meet them at their level and be able to get them to basically do what you want them to do. And yeah, be able to relate to them, understand what they're going through. Like everyone's going to have different life challenges. Understand what makes them tick, what gets them up and about in the morning, what makes them angry, all that sort of stuff. Ultimately, no. You don't, as long as you've got a good understanding on, like what the actual needs analysis of the sport is, what do the sporting movements look like. But in saying that, it does help if you have played the sport before. That's my personal opinion. Obviously, being involved in AFL, I used to play AFL football, and it does definitely help when the coaches are starting to talk about game plans, tactics, and stuff like that. So I can implement sort of certain things within conditioning or my own training. But no, it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to have played the sport. It's just one of those things where I think it can help. Yeah, I think they should. Typically we always sort of look at who's working at the elite level, who's working with the best athletes, but somebody has to get those athletes there, and typically they're like your mums and dads at a under 12s level or something like that. Like who's working with them at a junior development level, who's working with them as a senior development level. There's always going to be people behind the scenes that don't get recognised, which is unfortunate. And typically coaches that are trying to pursue a career in coaching will try and make it to that elite level because that's where the full-time jobs are. If some of those junior positions became full-time, you'd probably start to see some of those elite coaches come back down to those levels. It's a great level to coach at, and I think it would be fantastic if we sort of saw some more recognition within the sort of sub-elite or junior sort of development ranks. Yeah, it's extremely important. There's that much research coming out every day, every week, every month around what we should be doing within training, what we shouldn't be doing. So we need to make sure that our coaches are keeping up to date with the current information and how it also applies to who they're coaching, whether it's your junior, your senior, your weekend warrior, anything along those lines. So no, it is very important. And at the end of the day, it's going to make our product better as coaches, which will in turn make our athletes better. Yeah, so this is something that I've probably worked on over a good part of the last couple of years. It's very easy to get involved in your work, and that's all you do as soon as you wake up, as soon as you go to bed, all that sort of stuff. But it's something you need to actually take the time out to focus on. So for myself, I'll read, I'll play PlayStation, I'll train, go for walks, spend time with friends and family, and just basically try and surround myself with things and with people that sort of take my mind off work, because it is very, very easy to get involved basically deep with it. And for our athletes at Tasmania Devils, we've actually got a wellness coordinator, so she'll work a lot with the athletes around how they can best manage their own wellness. She's got different sort of tactics and sort of projects that they'll do, and it's basically a matter of finding what works for you, finding stuff that you enjoy away from work.